How's it at SportsCenter? We're in Los Angeles. He's Stan, I'm Neil. I mean, right across the street. I mean, right there. Game 3, Warriors-Clippers. L.A. back home after that historic comeback. Series tied.
Yeah, in case you missed it, they came back from 31 down to beat Golden State in Oakland. And that got the Warriors full attention. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to turn out to be a good thing, though. It certainly wasn't on Thursday for the Clippers. Spotlight on the matchup between Kevin Durant and Patrick Beverley again. Durant having to do his thing within the game plan and not let Beverley's pesky defense affect him. And I think the Warriors had a very simple game plan. Give Durant a screen and then let him go to work. Andrew Bogut setting the screen for him and Durant going to work. Later in the first quarter, Andrew Bogut sets the screen and Durant goes to work. Next possession for the Warriors, Bogut with another screen on Beverley. Durant going to work on Danilo Gallinari on the switch. Going to take his time and eventually knock it down. 5 for 5, 12 points in the first quarter. Warriors scored 41 in the first. They were up 17 after one. Second quarter, Durant put him on the line as well. He shot 14 of 23, 27 points in the first half, 9 contested shots he made. Only had 5 makes on contested shots in the previous 2 playoff games combined.
It's Kevin Durant.
You know who he is. Warriors up 21 at the half. Third quarter. Beverley getting on Steph Curry there. Curry tries to shoot it after the whistle, but Beverley grabs his arm, and Curry's like, can I get something there? Curry with 21, 4 for 6 from 3. Beverley with a technical foul. Doc Rivers like, calm down. And then JaMychal Green, offensive foul on Durant. Durant picks up a technical, his third of the playoffs. Remember, 7 will get you a 1-game suspension. Later in the third, Durant. He was technically sound. Hits the 3 despite getting knocked down. He hit 3 of Golden State's 15 threes. He had 38. No comeback this time. All Warriors.
I've been in for 12 years and I'm 30. I don't need to show nobody nothing at this point. I think a lot of people who watch the game, who analyze the game, thought that I should be engaging in a one-on-one physical battle, whatever that is, to other people with Patrick Beverley, and you know, I don't do that type of stuff. I just play. So that's what I was trying to let people know.
He said it yesterday. He's Kevin Durant, and so he showed everybody who Kevin Durant is.
He came out super aggressive and then kill mode, and you know, that was all the difference for us. How many people can stop Kevin if Kevin don't want to be stopped? So he showed that tonight.
He came out really aggressive, posted me up more. Kind of knew that coming in, that he was going to come in really aggressive. Made a couple early, and from that point, you know, like any basketball player, you make a couple early, the basket gets bigger. Have to do a better job and, you know, fighting for position. But, you know, give him a lot of credit and make shots.
Now, unless Beverley has a growth spurt in the next few days, the Clippers are going to have to come up with something else. Durant finished with 38 points in just 30 minutes. That's tied for the most points in 30 minutes played or fewer in a playoff game in the shot clock era. It ties LaMarcus Aldridge, who did it against Durant when he was with the Thunder in 2016. Game 4 Sunday at Staples.
The jawing between Joel Embiid and Jared Allen silenced for Game 3 with Embiid out with a sore knee. Jared Dudley and Ben Simmons becomes the act to watch after Dudley chose to characterize Simmons' half-court game as average. When it comes to making shots in the half-court, Simmons actually is below average. But Simmons shot back with, "It's coming from Jared Dudley. Come on." That led to this, a missing poster taped on a street sign outside of the Nets arena.
Oh.
Clever.
It even says, please contact Kendall Jenner.
That's a cold shot. $26 million reference to Simmons' salary, the sign being dusted for Dudley's fingerprints. Now, credit Dudley. He did acknowledge Simmons as great in transition, which he is. Simmons coming off a triple-double in Game 2, which evened the series at 1 apiece. So no Embiid. What would the 76ers do? Were they up 6 at the half? Simmons had 14 on Dudley. Dudley switches to J.J. Redick and fouls him on the 3. Dudley arguing, and Simmons gives him the, "What's up, bro?" The Nets are down many, and Dudley, thank you for the aerial display. They couldn't throw it in the ocean standing on the beach. They were 8 for 39 from 3 as Simmons throws his hands up. Out? Yeah, down and out were the Nets in this one. Fourth quarter. Sixers only up 7, though. So the Nets hung in there. Simmons, floating. He was 11 of 13 from the field, 9 for 11 from the free throw line. His 31 points, a playoff career high. Here he goes for the and one. He had 9 assists, Tobias Harris. Brooklyn had 12 assists as a team. That's not getting done. Harris, 6 of 6 from 3, 29 points, 16 rebounds. Oh, Dunk's soul brother. Check him out right there. Simmons comes to play, and the Sixers beat the Nets by 16.
I try not to pay too much attention, what's going on social media and what people are saying, just because people are going to say what they want to say. And I can't let that affect me on the floor.
Dudley hit that three-point, actually airballed the three-pointer. I saw you look at him. Was there something extra there?
I don't really have energy for it, man. Honestly, it's done. People are going to say what they want to say. It is what it is. I just got to play.
Would you rather guard him in the full court going 100 miles an hour, or would you rather guard him in the half court? So I feel real confident when I'm in there guarding against him, but you got to give him credit. He played phenomenal. The whole team played phenomenal.
All right, once again, Dunley said Simmons was average in the half court, but he was anything but average in Game 3. He shot 85% from the floor. Best field goal percentage in a 30-point playoff game in franchise history. Simmons was one of 3 76ers players that had at least 25 points, along with Harris and Redick. It's the first time they've had 3 25-point scorers in a playoff game in 41 years. That's got to be back in Dr. J territory, right, Swinger? And the 76ers have now scored 130 in back-to-back playoff games for this the second time in franchise history. Philly, the first time to do that since the 03 Mavericks.
For San Antonio, Derek White. Jamal Murray went off in Game 2 to help even the series. Michael Malone, the Nuggets coach, he said he thinks White heard about that for the last 2 days. So he came out and did something about it. Gets the and one there. High up off the glass and then the flex. He's mild-mannered guy usually, they say, but man, he came out energized in this one. He emerged after DeJounte Murray tore his ACL for the Spurs, and check him out. He's taking over this game by himself. 26 in the first half matches his previous career high, most by a Spurs player in any half of a playoff game since Tony Parker in 2009. Spurs up 3 at the half. More White gives it to Marco Bellinelli. He played at Colorado.
Tad Boyle coached him up.
Spurs first-round pick in 2017, and look at him go. You heard Michael Malone earlier. He said he came out like he hadn't eaten for 2 days, and he was hungry. Spurs up 10 after the free throw, and then White for 3 more. Next Spurs says, hey, man, feed the hungry guy. Career high 36 points for Derek White, and he held Murray to just 6 points. Spurs taking 118 to 108.
Coach, what was your impression of Derek tonight?
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. I have to answer that question. You were at the game, right? He was obviously spectacular. I don't know what else to say.
There's no doubt in my mind that Derek White, the last couple of days, has been reminded about Jamal Murray's fourth quarter performance. Derek White came out like he hadn't eaten in 2 days. He came out hungry. He came out pissed off, and he sent a very loud and clear message. Now, I'm anxious to see our guys, how do we respond to that? Where is your pride? Where's your toughness? Where's your grit? So Game 4 is going to be really like a great insight into who we are as a team, especially our young players, especially Jamal Murray. Great fourth quarter. We win the game in Game 2. Well, he's going to learn as a young kid, it can't be just one quarter. It's got to be every night if you want to be a really good basketball player, especially in the playoffs. And that's going to be part of his development and a part of his maturation, and I have to help him with that.
Hey, the Nuggets haven't won in San Antonio all season. Game 4 there on Saturday, and can't say enough about White. He finished with a career-high 36 to go with 5 assists and 5 rebounds. Only other players under Greg Popovich with a 35-5-5 game in the playoffs, Tim Duncan and Tony Parker. Oh, no. Now you know. 38 for Durant as the Warriors put it on the Clippers at Staples Center, 132 to 105. They shot 55%, held the Clippers to 37%. And Durant, just spectacular. I mean, they ran a lot of screens for him with Andrew Bogut helping out. And Durant was able to get to his spots and just knock down shots. Shot 14 of 23 in the game. there once again. Down low, he gets free with a screen from Bogut. Durant, technically 3 for 4 when guarded by Beverly on Thursday, but as you can see, they had to do a lot of switches. Durant with 38 points, the Warriors roll in Game 3. Byron Scott with us on SportsCenter to break this down some more. So it looks like with that comeback, the Clippers got the full attention of Durant and the Warriors, and that didn't turn out to be a good thing for them.
No, you know what, Stan, every now and then you got to stop poking the bear. and they poked the bear in Game 2 and came back with an unbelievable historical comeback to win that game. But all they did, I thought, was really wake up the Golden State Warriors. That's all they did.
Yeah.
And when you wake up the bear, you know, sometimes that bear's going to maul you, and that's exactly what happened tonight. Kevin Durant, you know, averaging 8, 9, 10 shots a game in the last 7 or 8 games, came out with a very aggressive mindset from the start. And he said it after the game that, you know, Steve Kerr made a subtle adjustment. The subtle adjustment was get him the ball. You know what? Get him the ball. Make sure he gets 20-plus shots tonight, and let's see what happens. And we saw what happened, 38 points in 30 minutes. That's the Kevin Durant that we all know and love.
The Clippers have a lot of fight in them.
Yes.
As we saw in Game 2.
Yes.
And Doc Rivers has him, I believe, overachieving.
Yes.
But this had the look of a mismatch. And it made it look like this is going to be a serious uphill climb for the Clippers to try to even stay in this.
Well, you know what, Stan? I think when we looked at the playoff picture, everybody looked at 1-8, and they saw the Clippers against the Golden State Warriors, and everybody said this was the only mismatch out of all the other games or all the other series in the NBA, as far as the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference.
Right.
Well, the Clippers said, no, it ain't that big of a mismatch. But I always thought that they would win one of these games, and I thought it would be at home. The Golden State Warriors would win this series 4-1. I still think that to be true. But again, all they did was wake up the bear, and Golden State know that if they don't come every single night focused on what they have to do, that they can't get beat.
All right, now, I know this is an impossible task here, given what we saw, but if you're coaching the Clippers, is Beverly your best chance against Durant? Is there any sort of adjustment they can make so this doesn't happen again?
Well, you know, the only other adjustment Doc can make is say, listen, even if Beverly's guarding him, we got to double team him. Okay. You might have to come at him even when he's facing you, you know, and a lot of times when you come at great players and they can see the double team come, they can, you know, still pick you apart. But the alternative is you stick with him one-on-one, you're going to give up 40.
Right.
You know, especially if he has to play in the fourth quarter, which he didn't have to do today. He had the luxury of being able to sit out the fourth quarter and still have 38 points. Great players, you have to mix up your defense against them, because if you give them a steady diet of one thing, they will tear you apart. And Kevin Durant is one of the greatest players in the game today.
And then you double him, you get Thompson and Curry moving around for wide open
Pick your poison. Pick your poison.
A lot of poison there, too.
A lot of poison with that Golden State Warrior team.
All right, Coach, good having you on the show.
Stan, good to see you.
All right. More playoff basketball coming your way Friday on the ESPN networks. We got the Raptors and the Magic, 7 Eastern on ESPN, and the Celtics and Pacers continue their series in Indiana, 8:30 Eastern, that game on ABC. And then we wrap it up with the Blazers and Thunder, 9:30 Eastern on ESPN. Playoffs continue Friday on ESPN and ABC.